Welcome back. This is Luna. Thank you so much for coming today. I'm really happy. I'll do my best to deliver a heartwarming and relaxing time, so please enjoy it at your own pace. 110 Days a Miracle in Tokyo. The moment of meeting. In the bustling city of Tokyo, millions of people go about their daily lives. Amongst the skyscrapers and the neon lights that illuminate the night, a single encounter was about to create a miracle. The protagonist, Naoki Tanaka, was an ordinary office worker. Every day, he left home at the same time, swayed by the crowded trains on his way to work. But one day, Naoki decided to take a different train. Something moved him, making him change his usual route. That morning, on the station platform, Naoki's eyes were drawn to a woman. She was beautiful and had a delicate, ephemeral aura about her. She, too, seemed to be waiting for the train. As the train arrived, Naoki followed her aboard. By chance, they ended up in the same car, standing close to each other. As the train started moving, Naoki felt an urge to talk to her but couldn't find the words. Suddenly, the train jolted, causing the woman to stumble, and Naoki instinctively reached out to support her. "Are you okay?" he asked gently. "Thank you, I'm fine," she replied with a smile. That was their moment of meeting. Her name was Misaki Kato. Misaki had also taken a different train that day. Feeling a sense of destiny, they exchanged a brief conversation and then contact information. "If you don't mind, would you like to have tea sometime?" Naoki mustered the courage to ask. "Sure, I'd love to," Misaki responded happily. And so, their story quietly began. First date. A few days later, Naoki and Misaki had their first date at a cafe in central Tokyo. Naoki, a little nervous but excited to see her again, arrived to find Misaki already seated. "Sorry to keep you waiting," Naoki said, feeling a bit shy. "No, I just got here too," Misaki replied with a smile. In the warm atmosphere of the cafe, they began talking slowly. They shared stories about their jobs, hobbies, and lives in Tokyo. As Naoki listened to Misaki, he found himself increasingly drawn to her charm. "Were you born and raised in Tokyo?" Naoki asked. "Yes, I've been here all my life. I love the city's hustle and bustle, but sometimes I long for a quiet place to relax," Misaki answered. "I understand. I'm the same. My job is busy, and I don't get much time to rest," Naoki said with a laugh. As they bonded over common topics, they grew more comfortable with each other. They enjoyed their time at the cafe, forgetting about the passage of time. Naoki wished this moment could last forever. "I had a wonderful time today. Can we meet again?" Naoki asked, summoning his courage. "Of course. I had a great time too," Misaki replied happily. They confirmed their contact details again, made plans for their next date, and left the cafe. Naoki felt that meeting Misaki was a miracle for him. Misaki felt the same way. That night, Naoki dreamed of his future with Misaki, recalling their conversation. His heart was full of hope and anticipation. He didn't know what lay ahead, but he resolved to cherish his time with Misaki. Distance of the heart. Naoki and Misaki's dates progressed smoothly. They met frequently and visited various places in Tokyo together. Art galleries, parks, cinemas, restaurants. Each date created new memories. Their relationship deepened, evolving from friendship to romance. One weekend, Naoki took Misaki to his favorite old bookstore. It was a quiet, serene place he often visited. "This is my favorite spot," Naoki said with a smile. "It's a lovely place. I love books too," Misaki replied, looking at the shelves. As they browsed the bookshelves, They discussed their favorite books and authors. Misaki was impressed by Naoki's knowledge and passion, and Naoki was drawn to Misaki's intelligence and grace. Afterward, they decided to take a break at a nearby cafe. In a quiet corner, Misaki suddenly looked serious. "Naoki, there's something I need to tell you. I was deeply hurt in the past," Misaki began hesitantly. "A deep hurt?" Naoki couldn't hide his surprise and concern. "Yes, I once lost someone very dear to me. Since then, I've kept my distance from people," Misaki said, lowering her gaze. "I see. I didn't know you had such a painful experience, but I'm glad you shared it with me," Naoki said, gently reaching out his hand. Misaki took his hand and smiled slightly, feeling a bit relieved. "Thank you, Naoki. I feel like I can open up to you." Their distance grew closer, and Naoki decided to accept Misaki's past and support her. Misaki also found hope in their relationship and decided to walk forward with him. Scars of the past. One day, Naoki fell ill from the stress and fatigue of work. Worried about him, Misaki visited his home with homemade food to cheer him up. "Naoki, are you okay? Please take it easy today," Misaki said kindly. "Thank you, Misaki. I'm really glad you came," Naoki expressed his gratitude. Touched by Misaki's kindness, Naoki began to recover. That night, he decided to share his own past with Misaki. He, too, carried deep scars in his heart. "I also had a painful experience in the past," Naoki began quietly. "What happened?" Misaki asked with a serious expression. "I had a close friend who suddenly died in an accident. The shock left me unable to do anything for a while," Naoki said painfully. "That must have been tough." "I'm so sorry," Misaki said, squeezing his hand and offering comfort. "But meeting you, Misaki, has helped me start to look forward again. Thanks to you, I can have hope again," Naoki said with gratitude. "Me too. Thanks to you, I can heal from my past wounds." "Thank you," Misaki replied with tears in her eyes. Sharing their pasts brought them closer, and they pledged to support each other and walk towards the future together. Their dates continued, deepening their bond even more. Misaki's past wounds began to heal, and she found hope in her new future with Naoki. An unexpected trial. Naoki and Misaki's relationship was progressing well, but one day, Naoki's company fell into a financial crisis. As the economic situation worsened, Naoki's department faced significant layoffs, and he was at risk of being let go. "What am I going to do? What will happen to my future?" Naoki couldn't hide his anxiety. "It's okay, Naoki. We'll figure it out. I believe in you," Misaki reassured him. Encouraged by Misaki's words, Naoki started looking for a new job. However, the reality was harsh, and he failed numerous interviews, losing confidence. One day, Misaki proposed an idea to Naoki. "Naoki, why don't we start a new business together?" "A business? Us?" Naoki was surprised. "Yes, with your skills and my ideas, we can make it work. Let's build our future together," Misaki said with determination. Moved by her passion, Naoki agreed to her proposal. They planned and prepared for the new business. Combining Naoki's experience and Misaki's creative ideas, they launched their new venture. Despite the initial difficulties, they didn't give up and continued to work hard. Misaki's support and Naoki's efforts paid off, and their business gradually began to succeed. "We did it! We can see a new future now." Misaki couldn't hide her joy. "Thank you so much, Misaki. I couldn't have done it without you." Naoki was filled with gratitude. The moment of miracle. As their business thrived, Naoki and Misaki grew even closer. They had overcome hardships together and were determined to keep moving forward. One day, Naoki decided to take Misaki to a special place. "I have something to show you today," Naoki said with a smile. "What is it?" "I'm excited," Misaki replied, smiling back. Naoki took her to an observation deck with a panoramic view of Tokyo's nightscape. Misaki was speechless at the breathtaking view. "This place is truly amazing." "Thank you, Naoki," Misaki said, deeply moved. At that moment, Naoki took her hand and spoke seriously. "Misaki, meeting you changed my life. You've given me hope. I want to be with you forever." Misaki was filled with surprise and joy. "Naoki, I feel the same. Being with you makes me truly happy." "So, Misaki, will you marry me?" Naoki proposed, presenting a ring. Tears welled up in Misaki's eyes as she joyfully exclaimed, "Yes, I will. I want to walk into the future with you." They embraced, with Tokyo's nightscape behind them, and made their vows for the future. At that moment, a miraculous happiness spread in their hearts. Naoki and Misaki's bond grew stronger, and they began their new life together. Their love, having overcome so many trials, was now strong enough to face any challenge. "Let's be together forever," Naoki said with a smile. "Yes, forever," Misaki replied, smiling back. Hand in hand, they walked towards their future. The stars shining in the Tokyo night sky seemed to bless their happiness. A new beginning. As they prepared for their wedding, Naoki and Misaki continued to grow their business. Their efforts and love bore fruit, and they were surrounded by the blessings of those around them. As the wedding day approached, their bond deepened even further. On their wedding day, at a beautiful church in Tokyo, they exchanged their vows. Naoki, dressed in a tuxedo, and Misaki, in a pure white dress, looked like they were living a dream. "Misaki, every day since meeting you has been a miracle. I'll cherish you forever," Naoki vowed. "Naoki, being with you is my happiness. Let's walk together forever," Misaki replied, tears in her eyes. They exchanged rings and shared a kiss of commitment. The guests applauded and cheered, and the church bells rang out joyfully. After the wedding, they started their new life together. Naoki challenged himself with a new job, and Misaki fully supported him. Their business also continued to grow, and their future looked bright. One day, they visited the observation deck to see Tokyo's nightscape again. There, they discussed their new plans. "Let's keep taking on new challenges together. We can achieve anything," Naoki said, full of hope. "Yes, with you, I can overcome any difficulty," Misaki replied, smiling. Hand in hand, they looked up at the stars shining in the night sky, which seemed to symbolize their bright future, eternal love. Years later, Naoki and Misaki had built a happy family and were blessed with children. Their business had achieved even greater success, and they were respected figures in Tokyo. Their love and hard work inspired hope and courage in those around them. Despite their busy lives, they never forgot to care for each other. They continued to grow together, facing new challenges hand in hand. One evening, after putting their children to bed, they spent a quiet moment together in the living room. Misaki began reminiscing. "Do you remember the day we first met? Meeting you on that train was the miracle of my life," Misaki said with a smile. "Of course, I remember. From the moment I met you, my life changed. You're my miracle," Naoki replied gently. They spent some time in quiet reflection, reminiscing about their past. Their bond remained as strong as ever. "Let's stay together forever," Misaki said softly. "Of course, we'll be together forever," Naoki said, hugging her. That night, they fell asleep peacefully, filled with hope and love for the future. The stars shining in the Tokyo night sky seemed to be watching over their eternal love. Naoki and Misaki's story, known as the Miracle of Tokyo, would continue to inspire future generations with hope and courage. Their love and efforts would shine forever. Thank you for spending time with Luna until the end today. I'm very happy. If you enjoyed the reading and it left an impression on you, please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. I'll have a new reading ready for you tomorrow, so please come back. Have a great night, and see you tomorrow.